Hey YouTube, this is Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. You're watching AmatureKiLLerHD, the ultimate Super Saiyan.
Hey, what is up, guys? It's me, AmatureKiLLer, bringing you a video on Dragon Ball Idol. And as you can see from the title, we are falsely advertising because we're not at 5 billion, we're at 4.9 billion, but we'll get to 5 billion someday, aka maybe. In the end, we're still technically 5 billion because we're gonna round up. You know what I mean? Boom. I'm going to show you guys my overpowered team and tell you guys exactly why it's overpowered. So, starting off as the main Tankaroonie is our boy Omega Shenron, or as you know him in the videos, or in the game, it is known as 1-Star Dragon. Now, his affinities are very easy. You got Oob, Super Saiyan, well, technically SS Super Saiyan Goku, and then SSS Vegeta. I don't believe Vegeta is in Hero Rescue, so with this guy, it is kind of hard to get Vegeta unless you have all the units and you already paid for them and whatnot. But looking at him overall, we did a video on him, on his skills already, so he is my tanker right now. As for gear, okay, at the moment we have God Gear with a 3-star earring at level 129 and a 1-star God Vitality. All right, we're not going to look at the spirits at the moment. For Mark, we have Kai. I've said it multiple times in my streams. I am not a huge fan of a dodgy tank. Now, many people will recommend you guys, let's say, for example, as your main tank, maybe putting a person that has dodge, or in your third spot, which is technically where your secondary tank, or even an off tank, or even in your second spot, depending on who you're going up against, have a dodgy tank. But for me, I've never really liked the dodgy tanks, but all in all, he does have 31 dodge, so I feel like that's somewhat of a plus. All right, our healer is known as Myers, or in the video themselves, in the movies and whatnot, he is known as Mirus. All right, affinities are pretty easy as well. We have Jocko, SS Goku, and Whis. All these units can be attained very easily if you have him. He is in my opinion, one of the best healers in the game. Now, he heals everyone on the team. He does a lot of control, crowd control, which basically means that he gives off debuffs to many people at random positions. All right, so that's that. As for gear, we still have God Gear, Warrior at 1-star. Now, I like to use Warrior on my healers. A lot of people are going to say, hey, if you're end game, maybe try to use something that's more tanky, such as an Iron Wall set, or maybe something else. For me, I like to keep it classy and original, so I go with Warrior. I mean, it's not even classy and original. Everyone knows that in the beginning, the OG setup for any healer is Warrior. But if you guys want to have maybe a tankier healer and that would survive longer, then I would say go Iron Wall. We have a 2-star God Patara, God Gear as well, and for Marks, I have him at Shin right here. Secondary tank, okay, secondary tank, or I have him as my off tank. All right, depending on if the situation and who I'm versing, you know, going up against. He might be my main tank if there is a back row Gogeta build. You know, it literally depends. So this game is basically chess. Any opponent that you go up against, it could be different. Okay, so you have to always maneuver your team around a little bit. Affinities are a little bit harder to get because, of course, the only way you can get Dispo is through paying. And Belmont is now released in the chest that you can get him in. So it's a little bit harder to get Topo's affinity, especially the SSS-wise. But looking at him, he is at 4... Actually, he's almost at 950 mil, which is kind of impressive. So he also has God Gear, Vitality at 1-star, and a 3-star earring right there. And as for my Mark, I have him at Vitality. As I said, he is a tanky tank, as he's supposed to be. And the beauty about him is that when he's in focus fire mode on himself, he gains a damage reduction rate to his name. Now, in my 4th spot, I have Ultra Instinct Goku, aka MUI Goku. Now, the reason why I have him as my 4th spot is because of his crit Ultra Instinct guarantee method. So basically, if he does a crit, he gets Ultra Instinct. And basically, that's like another wall in a sense of like, whoever attacks them is going to miss. And then, you know, he's going to take a little bit longer to kill than any other person. You know, an example, Beerus. You know how Beerus always dodges the first move. So he just needs to have a little bit on the higher crit side. As for gear, God gear as well. He does have a 4-star destruction God weapon. All right. This does a lot of damage because of that. And with a 3-star God Patara shards at level 180. Now, the reason why I don't have and I'll show you guys afterwards and I'll explain it. And we also have a Mo set. Now we're going to look at the final guy. And I'll show you guys exactly what I mean by this when we talk about it. So for Broly, he's my last attacker. He has really easy affinities, all right? Really easy to get affinities to max out. As for the gear, we also have God gear right here. And we have a 2-star God Destruction with a 4-star 140 Patara. The reason why we only have a 2-star Destruction on him, now mind you, I could definitely do the swap, all right? The only reason why I do not have that is because Miras's ability is that when he does his active skill, or when he does his first attack, actually his first attack, sorry, I got a little confused. When Miras does his first attack, he gives a shield to the person with the highest attack on the field. So, one cool thing about Super Broly is that when he does his first attack, he gains a shield, or actually when he joins the battlefield, he gains a shield. I don't know, whatever it is. I'm trying to get this video done as fast as possible. So basically, if you were to have him at the highest attack, Miras is going to give him a shield, and then his shield is going to go to waste, meaning that it's just not going to stack up. This is why I like to have MUI Goku as the higher attacker, so then 3 people on my team get a shield. The first person that gets a shield is Omega Shenron. We all know what his shield does. The second person that gets the shield is MUI Goku because of Miras. And then the third person that gets the shield because of his passive abilities is Broly. So that means they basically can have an extra survivability rate because of those shields. All right. So that is my overpowered team. We are actually beating teams in ISB that are basically 5 billion and above. So like 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, 5.4. I haven't went up against someone that is 6 billion yet in ISB. I'd like to maybe see up against like, you know, other people that have around 6 billion. Around the 7 billion mark is kind of impossible just because their level rates are at like 330, 340, 350, 360. So that's when it becomes even more OP and whatnot. So right now we're looking pretty set with our team. And as always, guys, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. All right, guys, peace.
Only you can do this. You are #1.